Now then, this is a story about meter failure and smart meters and the lies and deceit that go behind all that lot. A few years ago, not very long ago, we had a meter failure. It was still recording, but it wasn't changing over to night rate. They had changed quite a long time ago, for some reason, a 22-year-old meter, yeah, one of these wheel meters, they'd suddenly come along and go, we need to change this, and I'd resisted and ignored it for as long as possible. And it was crazy because I knew other properties that they'd had their meter in there for like 50 years and stuff like that. So anyway, in the end, yeah, like a year and a bit later, they got their way and they fitted one of these awful things, these digital ones, solid state. But that packed up eventually. So in the end I just thought, right, okay, we have to say something. So and then it was like, oh, you've got to have a smart meter. No, I don't want one. Well, you have to have one. No chance. No. Yeah. And I had my own particular reasons, but one of them is I'm just very anti the interconnectivity of everything. I'm just, you know, have you ever seen Brazil by Terry Gilliam? Well, it's a bit dated now, but it's this whole sort of mindless bureaucracy, which is very disturbing. Anyway, after about 6 months of backwards and forwards and this what, they said, well, you can have a smart meter in dumb mode. And I went, why didn't you tell me this before? Well, we're not supposed to. So you can have a smart meter in a traditional, or as other words known as dumb mode. So it doesn't send out its signals and whatnot. Okay, and so in the end we agreed, and when the meter man came to change it, I had this sheet of aluminium about this square. I said, that backboard for the meter has been there since early 80s. Can you put this sheet of aluminium on there just to make sure? And he went, yeah, no fuss. Okay, so he did that. Yeah, the meter's mounted through the sheet of aluminium. Yeah. Yes. So, you know, this goes to a comment by a good friend of mine who said, if you don't want your smart meter to be sending out signals, just cover it in aluminium and earth it. So, you know, if perchance in the future they start the meter up, I've got a backup plan. But anyway, so it's in dumb mode. It's interesting to note that smart meters record export, so it may be that you don't want that known and all that sort of thing, and it's the whole sort of big brothery interconnectivity stuff, a mindless bureaucracy, as I said before, who will just do things without telling you. And increasingly, even companies that you think are good companies, yeah, with some sort of morals, start doing things that are a bit dodgy, I consider. Like, for instance, they will remove, or not remove, yeah, they will. They'll remove their phone number from their website, yeah, and the only way to find it is by either digging through 3 or 4 layers, yeah, in a very obscure place, or going on Google and going customer services for such and such a company, which is like, do you want us to talk to you or not? well, we'd really, no, not, I don't want you to, just go on our website and do it all there. But, you know, companies are there to provide a service, and you pay for that service, yeah, yeah, including customer cares. And companies whose customer care is appalling should be avoided at all costs. Anyway, you can have a smart meter in dumb mode, and if they say, oh, you can't do that, it's not true. So therefore, you know, and if you insist and they still say that, then change the company, yeah, abandon them like the plague. Anyway, this is just a bit of, what would you call it, guidance. That's it, a bit of guidance. So I'll leave you to it and catch up with you soon. Comments please.